All right. Say hey, everyone. Welcome into another edition of Say Hey Plays. My name is Jose Bouquett. Alongside me for the first time, and I believe Say Hey Plays history, and at least in this season, it's my guy and yours, LJ from H-Town. LJ, hello. Nice to see you. How are you doing?
Doing great, Jose. Thanks for letting me join you this Sunday morning. Cap a little bit of the MLB slate with you. I'm not the best of MLB experts, but hey, I dabble a little bit. I pick my spots here and there. So why not join my guy and see if we can get some winners?
Yeah, well, LJ, if you look at my record, it would also to say the same thing about me and my abilities to cap baseball. But we're here every day breaking down these fucking things, and we have the best chat and YouTube helping us along the way. So that is very helpful, nonetheless. But let's get after it here. We have a full slate of Sunday morning. I was gonna say Sunday night, but Sunday morning baseball throughout the day to get us through it. It's going to be a fun one. Some good series ending. Your Dodgers and Astros series is going to be very good here today as well. Red Sox, Yankees. It's going to be a lot of fun here. But let us start with maybe the not the most sexy series in the Reds and the Rays here. As we've seen last night and this morning, the Rays are selling. They're sellers. Rosarena gone. Not Sean Armstrong. He's starting. Jason Adam, reliever in their bullpen, gone. I don't know how far they're going to take this sell off, but I'm going to be very interested to see how they do it. They've got plenty of relievers that at one point were good. So, going to be very interested to see. Justin McKelvey, good note here. The Roku game, he'll be tuned in. Shout out to Roku. I won't be, but it'll be interesting enough to cap it. Hunter Green, maybe quietly one of the better pitchers in baseball now. We've kind of been waiting around for the Hunter Green breakout season, and it's happening. It's happening right before our eyes here, and it's helped the Reds, stay afloat in the playoffs. 7 shutout innings the last time out against the Braves, 6 innings, 1 earned run against the Rockies, 7 shutout innings against Detroit, and all 3 of his last starts. He hasn't had a bad start since the 25th of last month here. I don't want to fade Hunter Green, and I definitely don't want to do it on a team that's selling off their pieces here. And, the vibes just might not be the best in Tampa Bay right now. Tyler Alexander is going to be the primary today for the Rays. So bullpen day, I feel better about bullpen days than most. I just think the bullpens feel a sense of responsibility having these days. But Tyler Alexander, has not had a good last few starts. His last appearance was a 3-inning shutout performance, but his last appearance in the majors was on January, February, March, April, May 30th, 4 earned runs. Before that, 8 earned runs. So it's very interesting to see. He went down in the majors, obviously, and didn't pitch much better, but it'll be interesting to watch this game. Market in it, 69% of the bets and only 45% of the money on the Reds here. So sharper, bigger bets on the Rays. Very interesting. This little line opened up at minus 125 and is now down to minus 110 at our bet online friends there. Wow, that is a very surprising line movement away from Hunter Green here. As for the total, 69% of the I'm on money line again there. 95% of the bets and money on the over in this game, and we have a total that seemingly has not moved. 7.5 minus 115 to the under was the opener. Now that is minus 115 to the opener. So not really much movement here, but that market in this game is very interesting. It's definitely screaming Rays in my opinion here. LJ, what do you think about this game?
Yeah, I didn't make a bet, but I would definitely lean to the over. I see why all the money's on the over. 11, 4, and 3 of the Rays to the over as a home dog. So it trends very much so that way. But I saw some earlier that they're 0 and 11 since June 22nd as a home dog with plus 105 lines. So They don't play well in this spot. And the Reds, they've been playing very well as of late. They're very good on the road. They're 34-17 to the run line on the road. And they're 8-2 as a road favorite. But didn't make a play. Like you said, Rays are selling. Ain't no telling how they respond. And the Reds, would they really, really want to motivated to bring their all in this game, knowing how the Rays are reeling right now in their, roster. So I fade away, but I definitely would heavy lean to the over for sure.
All right. Well, no action for me either. I lean Reds, or excuse me, I lean Rays. That line movement and very, say little money, but at least there's sharper action on the Rays in this instance. But yeah, I'll stay off. But live movement moving towards Tampa Bay, making them appealing, just not for me here. So let's keep it moving. Next game, Cleveland, Philadelphia. Two pitchers that are 0-0. You don't see that very often this deep in the season. Colby Allard, who I think those who know or those who have been capping baseball for a little bit know that Colby Allard, once upon a time, a Texas Ranger for a while. And so he's not like a young pitcher that we can expect to go out here. He's only 26, which is crazy enough because he's 26 now, and he started out his major league career in 2018. So very young pitcher coming up. Now he's a little older. See how he adjusts here. He's had 3 appearances in the majors this year so far. No, that was last year. Excuse me. 3 appearances last year. None of them really that impressive. His first one was 4 2/3 shutout innings. But we'll see how that translates to this year. His minor league stats from this year: 6 innings, 5 hits, 2 earned runs last time out. 6 innings, 2 hits, 1 earned run. 6 1/3, 8 hits, 3 earned runs. He's been pitching pretty well, but honestly, it's just not something I want to back. There's not someone I want to back coming up here on his first start. And let's talk about Joey Cantillo. Joey Cantillo, who 24-year-old, is going to be very interesting. A 16th round pick of the San Diego Padres here, has been in the minors since 2017, so he's grinded away. It's very interesting to see how he's done because he's only had 8 appearances, 7 starts this year, and one was like an opener kind of thing. So his last appearance was that opener kind of role. He went 5 innings, 3 hits, 1 run, 6 Ks, 1 walk. Last time out before then, in his start, 5 innings, 6 hits, 1 earned run, 3 2/3, 2 hits, 1 earned run, 5 Ks, 4 walks in that third start there. A little bit of control issues. Last 2 starts, he settled it down, but I just ultimately, both these guys are kind of unknowns to me. I would rather back the Guardians here, but I said that yesterday, and Tyler Phillips shoved it up my ass. 88% of the bets, 66% of the money on Philadelphia here. This line opened up at, let's see. Allegedly, this opened up at minus 143 and then just plummeted all the way down to minus 118. With, again, there is 88% of the bets and 66% of the money on the Phillies. Man, am I going to get back on the Guardians here? Let's find out. Let's see what the totals have to say, and I'll pass to you, LJ. 63% of the bets and money on the over in this game. We went from a juiced over now to a juiced under, and we're actually starting to see some 9s on the board here. So interesting. What do you think, LJ? Oh, you're muted.
Sorry. Yeah, no play in this game as well. Both these teams, are at the top of their conferences. Cleveland, Philly. This could possibly be a World Series matchup, in the future, But other than that, I don't know none of these pitchers. So I definitely will lean to an over. I see runs, but I don't know. I don't know none of these pitchers. You broke all the numbers to me, but it's foreign to me because I haven't heard any of these 2 pitchers. So once I see that, I have no interest in the game because I don't have anything up track or have any data to go off. Yeah. But I will lean Phillies just because they're at home. They play very well at home. And like I said, both these teams are good. So they know what to expect. Cleveland won the first game. Phillies won the second game. This is the tiebreaker. So anything could go, but I definitely pass.
Yeah, I'm gonna have Cleveland written down. Interested for later. Both these guys are lefties, by the way. Cleveland against lefties this month, 25th, 90 weighted runs created plus. Philadelphia, 5th, 137 weighted runs created plus there. So a little worrisome, but I am going to keep on moving, and we'll come back to this game potentially at the end of the program. All right. Padres, Baltimore.
Yes.
Good game, good series. I assume maybe this will be Albert Suarez's last start because they obviously traded for Eflin. And I'm going to be very interested, psychology-wise. They just traded for another starter. How are you going to respond? You're going to go out there and pitch your ass off, et cetera, et cetera. Both these guys actually have been pitching well. Even Randy Vasquez, who I was, very fond of making fun of Randy Vasquez over the years. But his last few appearances have just been stellar. He's had a month, basically, of pitching well. 6 innings, 5 hits, no earned runs against Washington. 5 innings, 2 earned runs. Atlanta, 6 1/3, 2 earned runs. Arizona, 4 innings, 5 hits, 1 earned run against Boston. 5 shutout innings against Milwaukee. Just been a great month for him, and I think he's finally just kind of found it. The issue, obviously, is the Baltimore Orioles being very good, and just not a team that I love fading. I took the Padres yesterday, and it was great, but again, I just don't love fading the Orioles here. And Albert Suarez, who's finally starting to ride the struggle bus. His last 2 appearances, I should say, have not been good. Again, a guy gets kind of traded onto the team to take your spot. I don't know. It's just not a spot here that I love for my guy Albert here. I expect him to pitch well with that motivation, but I just don't know what to expect. Really, expectations will only go so far. 79% of the bets, 72% of the money on the Orioles, unsurprisingly. A little more surprisingly, that Bet Online opened this up at minus 143. It got up to minus 157 at one point, but now it's right back down to minus 139. So this was just another stay off for me, honestly. 62% of the bets and 65% of the money on the over in this game. And line has not moved much in this game either for the total. I probably lean under, and I lean Padres yet again here, but it's just no action here for me, LJ. What do you think?
Yeah, I got action in this game for sure. Padres, they've been playing very well coming out of the break, 7-1. 6 of those wins have been by the run line. And they're the number 1 team on the road to the run line, 35-17. They're only allowing 3 runs on the road, which is also number 1 in the MLB. So they've been playing well. You already mentioned the numbers for Vasquez. He only got hit up versus Philly, but 3 runs or less, 8 out of his last 9 games. So he's been shoving for sure. And the Orioles, they've been reeling, man. They're on sweep alert. They've lost 2 in a row. They're 3-5 coming out of the break. They're 1-8 in their last 9 games at home. And every loss has been by the run line. So I could see it happening again today. Suarez, you mentioned, he got hit the last game versus the Marlins, but he's allowed 12 earned runs in his last 3 games. So I could possibly see the Orioles getting swept again, but I'm not going to take the full game because I do have trepidation on teams getting swept. I usually take the team not to get swept, usually just because I believe in, the odds is that it's hard to sweep a team. So the odds are saying the Orioles will win the game, but I'm going to jump on the first 5 with the Padres in the first half. Plus the half, I got it at minus 105. They're 30-22 to the first half, minus the half on the road. And they've won every one the last 2 first halves. So I see them winning again. The Orioles could come back at the end and probably push it to win, but let's jump on the Padres. First 5 plus the half, minus 105 is my play.
All right, beautiful. First play for LJ officially. Is that a high noon as well? Oh, feeling nice on a Sunday morning. How nice. All right, Padres first 5 plus a half for LJ. Let's keep it rolling to Texas, Toronto here. Man, Jose Barrios, a home dog here. I thought this was very, very fishy, to be honest here. I was like, oh, Barrios probably minus 115 to minus 120 here was my thought. Other way, flipped completely. John Gray getting the respect here. And I don't know. I don't know. I mean, the Blue Jays are also selling. They traded Jimmy Garcia, and I respect that the Blue Jays are starting to sell a little bit, and their bullpen, who's been already bad, is going to get a lot worse. And Barrios, truly not a guy that I don't know. I've not believed in. They've had moments of betting him and backing him, but I always kind of want to fade Barrios more than I want to back him here, and it feels like this is a spot to do so. His last few starts, I'll just list his earned runs: 3 earned runs, 5 earned runs, 4 earned runs, 5 earned runs, 2 earned runs, 5 earned runs, 4 earned runs in his last basically 2 months of baseball. There, just not good. Just not good. And this offense is not going to inspire confidence. His home road splits do favor him at home, 3.18 compared to a 4.99 on the road. But I just ultimately, I'm going to challenge him here to pitch well. This line, like I said, it just feels fishy to me that you're getting, like I said, I thought at least the Blue Jays would be favored here, but nope. My 56% of the bets, 65% of the money on the Rangers here. And this line opened up once upon a time. It opened up at minus 105 each way, actually. And it just steamed all the way up to the Texas Rangers here. Very interesting. Yeah, I'll be moving on the Rangers here. Full game money line. There's nothing in the Blue Jays bullpen that really can scare me enough. Obviously, the Rangers bullpen is not great, but I'll take the Rangers here minus 119. LJ, what do you think?
I'm right there with you, buddy. You can lock me in as well. Rangers money line. I think they're going to avoid the sweep. Blue Jays, they're not good in this spot. They are 1-10 as a home dog versus right-handed pitching, and they're the worst team at home on the run line. They've won 2 in a row. Very, very odd, in my opinion. And like you mentioned, this number is very fishy. You thought the Blue Jays would be the favorite. So the fact that they're the dog, Texas is favored for a reason. John Gray, he has lost 4 of his last starts versus above. He's lost 3 games versus the AL has gone over. I'm sorry, I got that wrong. So I would lean over just because the Blue Jays have gone over 11 out of the last 13 games. And Barrios, last 6 starts outside of the division, 5-1 to the over. First 5 has gone over in both games so far. So I could see first 5 over and 4 game over. But I'm just going to stick to the Texas to avoid the sweep. I got minus 115 money line on Bet Online. So that would be my play. Rangers.
All right. Yeah, I agree with you. I'm on the Rangers. I'm going to roll with them. And I agree with you on the over as well. I'd lean over as well. But Barrios on the bump. All right, next game. That's great. We're both on the same side there. Feeling good. First official bets. People in the chat, let us know what you think. Morgan Spooner putting on Astros money line, Diamondbacks money line, and Kyle Schwarber over 1.5 bases. We will talk about the aforementioned Astros very soon here. We are talking Atlanta, New York Mets first tier. Reynaldo Lopez, Dave Peterson, 5-0. David Peterson, by the way. Yeah, it's the funniest thing. After all these years of seeing the Braves dominate, I still think it's just so weird to me in my head seeing the Mets favored. Just in all these games, it's been so weird and favored for a reason. Yeah. Now, we've this series has been good to us totals wise because the first game, full run move down. We bet the over. Luckily, it cashes. Yesterday, we bet the under because the Braves are the best under team in baseball, and that cashes again. And here I am, yet again, thinking, kind of want to bet an under in this game as well. Reynaldo Lopez, we know, has been solid all year. He's kind of been one of my guys, honestly. I've not backed him much, but I've seen his dominance and just flagged it from an early start. Now, his last 2 starts are honestly his worst 2 starts of the season, and they're not that bad. 6 innings, 4 earned runs, 6 innings, 3 earned runs against Cincinnati and the Padres. I'll come back to the guy and let him bounce back here. Second start of the season was against the Mets, 6 shutout innings. That Mets team and this Mets team, completely different. I'll say that now, just how they're hitting, et cetera, et cetera. But I do want to go right back to the well with an under here. The Braves, again, I'll keep saying it, the best under team in baseball. If they get an over, it feels like the next 3 games, you just bet under because They're going to be unders coming. Like I said, 37 overs, 63 unders this year for the Braves. Right, and by the way, right behind them, the Cubs, 44 and 61. So consider under bets for them as well. But I'd like to move on the under. Let's see what the market has to say about this one and make me feel hopefully a little better about this. 60% of the bets, 52% of the money on the over. Kind of surprising that we're actually getting some under money. People are hopefully, I guess, starting to figure it out a little bit. Opened up at a juice minus 120 to the over 8 here. And now it is minus 115 to the under 8 as well. So juice moving towards the under, making me feel a little better about it here. Moneyline market, let's talk about that real quick. 64% of the bets and 62% of the money on the New York Mets. And this line opened up minus 106 for Atlanta, and it flipped and kept charging up towards the New York Mets, now minus 115 for them here. I might be on the Mets and under here, LJ. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm not mad at that play. I would lean the under as well, just because both pitchers you just mentioned, they've been shoving. Lopez, been excellent, 2.2 ERA. 17 starts. He's allowed 3 earned runs only twice. You see what I'm saying? So, I mean, Peterson, you mentioned he's won all the 8 games he started that they've won, 2 runs or less, 8 out of his last 9 starts. So, yeah, I would lean under. I think, the Braves lineup is really hindered right now, and I think that's why the Mets are the favorite. Both these teams know each other for the most part in the division. So I would definitely lean under for the most part. But I didn't bet it because I'm like you. It could go over simply because both games have already gone under, I believe. So, yeah, I'll stay off, though. But I would definitely lean under for sure.
Yeah, okay. So I'm going to stay on. I'm going to move on the under here, under 8 minus 115. And a little scarier. New York Metropolitans here, minus 115, full game money line as well. All right, let's keep it rolling. We've got a brisk pace going. So shout out to everyone in the chat here, breaking down baseball early on a Sunday morning here. Shout out to you guys. Hit the like if you haven't. Let us know what you guys are on here today. Minnesota, Detroit, our next game on the bump. I saw a ghost of Christmas past when I saw Alex Faedo starting in this game. I had like a cold shiver down my spine, and I was like, oh my gosh, this feels like last year's Detroit Tigers all over again when they were horrible. But do not worry. It is Alex Faedo for what, like maybe 1-2 innings, who knows? And then KBO Kenta Maeda will follow him as well. Does that really inspire confidence? No. But this is a Kenta Maeda against his former squad, and I'll pull up the numbers right now. But I do have a vividness bias in my head of Kenta Maeda dominating against these Twins so far this year, and we all kind of know what that entails. Guy, you get like let go, but let's see. I might be wrong here. All right, so he actually had one of each, so I guess I remember the good one and I don't remember the bad one. So his first start against Minnesota this year, 6 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs, 1 of them earned. Great, everything's great. And this one, I guess, blocked out of my memory. 3 2/3, 9 hits, 9 earned runs, 3 Ks, 3 walks. And by the way, only 1 home run allowed in those 9 earned runs. So that is definitely not good. And another fun fact, Detroit lost both those games. So that is not ideal to start. I don't want to lay minus 140 with Minnesota, honestly. And if you have Rolls-Royce Lewis in the lineup, it feels like you should just bet him every day for a player prop or whatever. But today, he is not. Willie, Jose Miranda, Matt Wallner, Ryan Jeffers, Santana, Margot, Max Kepler, Brooks Lee, Christian Vasquez. So no Correa, no Buxton, no Rolls-Royce Lewis. It's just, its lineups are bad. Those lineups are bad. And then on the other side, you have Vierling, Colt Keith, a W. Perez, who is not Willie Perez. It's Wenzel Perez, Bly Madris, Ryan Viladi, whatever your name is, Zach McKinstry, Jake Rogers, and apparently the hottest hitter in baseball, Javier Baez. I mean, I think this might be an under, guys. This might be screaming an under here, like Rance is saying here. Let's check out the market in this game, and maybe it'll push me in that direction here. 76% of the bet, 72% of the money on the over. Not really surprising there. Wow. We're seeing it opened up at 8.5 minus 120. It is now 8 minus 120, and it is actually 7.5 now. 7.5's on the board here. Bovado opened this up at an 8 and then moved just to 7.5. Bet Online, like we know, opens these up early. I don't love that here. I'm looking at other books to see who opened it up at an 8 and 8.5. Bookmaker 8.5, Heritage 8. Man, I think this is an underplay indeed here. And I know that most people will hear me say that and be like a full run movement down, if I can say that out. And you have to go over. I get that, but I feel like the 8.5 juice to the under already is kind of basically an 8. A lot of other places moved or open this up at 8. So I don't think it's a traditional full movement down. So I think this is an underplay. I'm going to move on the under here. I'll let you guys know what the line is here in a second. LJ, what do you think?
Yeah, I am with Pangy Life 97, man. I am going to take the Twins on the run line. I got plus 105. I like Bailey Ober. 3 earned runs or less, 7 out of his last 8 starts. He has a 4 ERA. He's one of their best aces behind Pablo, in my opinion. And the Twins play very well in this spot, Jose. They are the road favorite. They are 10-4 straight up off a loss on the road in the same series. They are 11-5 in the third game of a road series. And they're 8-1 off a loss in the same series in their last 9 games on the road. And that one loss was in extra innings. So they're 4-1 to the run line in their last 5 games versus the AL. So I'm on the Twins, man. They're coming off a loss versus Detroit. I believe they bounced back today. I understand that they don't have the hitters in their lineup, but I believe in Bailey Ober. And I believe that the Twins will come off this loss that they had yesterday, back on the run line today on the road, which they played their best. So Twins minus 1.5, plus 105 is my play.
Okay. I will, Justin's confidence in this over has scared me. So I think I'll wait, Justin. And I see your stake bet immediately in there. I'll wait. At the end of the program, I want to see where this line is at. And we'll talk then, Justin. We'll talk then. But I'm very interested in the under here. But I can already hear Mikey Money yelling at me, telling me to take the over as well. So we'll see. It's conflicting, but no action for me thus far. Cubs Royals. Very interesting game because we have our guy Cole Ragans on the bump. Very much like Cole Ragans. But Javier Assad, again, quietly having a very good season. It's just the same shit with the Cubs every day. How are they going to fix their bullpen? Now, they did trade for Nate Pearson. Is that going to fix the bullpen? Probably not, but it is going to help. He throws very hard, and hopefully the Cubs pitching, staff can help him out and figure that shit out. But Assad, he had a great start, and now he's just not giving the Cubs any depth, which is killer when you have a shitty bullpen. 3 1/3, 1 hit, scoreless, 6 walks last time out, 2 Ks. Can't have it. Before then, 2 1/3, 7 hits, 3 earned runs. 4 1/3, 7 hits, 4 earned runs against the Mets. A good team, but still. 5 innings, 5 hits, 1 earned run against the Giants is his last good start. And that was on the 17th of June. So it's been a minute. He's not giving them the depth. And that just leads me to staying off any Cubs bets here. Now, obviously, the Ragans factor here. He's the best pitcher on the bump here. He's very good against lefties. The Cubs are 12th, actually, 114 weighted runs created plus in this month. Full season right now, the Cubs are sitting at, let's scroll, 22nd, I should say. It's 92 weighted runs created plus. Not enough to get me to back the Cubs here. I don't believe in them. But I will say, for Billy Friedrich's sake, if anyone's betting the last play Chicago Cubs, you will be betting with only 13% of the bets and 7% of the money. Everyone else on the Royals, 87% of the money, 93% of the 87% of the bets, 93% of the money on the Royals. Kind of ridiculous. And we have this line moving 2 cents on Bet Online. Ugh, that's just a bad omen right there. I don't like that. 69% of the bets and money on the over here. And we have we have a minus 110 opener on the 8.5 each way, not juiced to the over. And we're starting to see a 9 in this game here. So interesting. What do you think?
Yeah, I lean under just because the Cubs, you just mentioned, they're one of the teams in the league that trend to the under. And the Royals are 32-15 to the under off a loss. So I believe that's going to correlate to the Cubs not scoring. And I believe the Royals maybe only need to put up maybe 5 runs to win this game. I believe they will win the game. But I'm not going to take the win. I'm not interested in minus 166, and I don't believe that they can hit the run line. I took the Royals in game 1 at home. That's where they play their best. So I've already won on that. They lost the second game. So I believe they will come back and win this game. But I'm not going to take it. I will lean under for sure. The Royals are 22-3 in their last 25 games at home versus teams below 500. So the win should be there. But I'm going to go to their main guy, man. I'm going to Bobby Witt Jr. I'm going to take his over 1.5 bases. He's hit this 11 out of his 12 games at home. And I'm going to take his 2+ hits because he's hit 2+ hits in every series at home except 2. That was the Orioles and the Marlins. He hasn't hit it yet in the first 2 games. So the trend is he's going to get 2+ hits today to keep that streak going. So Bobby Witt, over 1.5 bases, and I'm taking the 2+ hits. Those are my 2 plays.
All right, beautiful. Craig Wood asking about the weather in Kansas City. I'll give that to you right now. Just refreshed swish for you, Craig, so I can give you the accurate shit here. And yes, there is some strong winds here in Kansas City, all blowing straight out. 13-mile-an-hour winds, dying down to 12, going back up to 13 throughout the game, blowing out to left center there. So probably why you'll see some of the totals move up that fast there on this 8.5, going up to a 9. Also, all the money on the over. But I've learned kind of, slow down on the win capping there. It's not the end all be all, but I do like that. Thank you for that note. Shout out to you, Cameron Sinet. He's a part of the Pimp Slap Army. Shout out to you, Cameron. We appreciate your $20 dono, and shout out to Mikey and the Pimp Slap play of the day and all that good stuff. So shout out to him and shout out to you, Cameron. Appreciate the dono and supporting any way you can. So thank you, and hopefully we'll see Mikey Money on the Pub Sports Radio airways very soon. All right, let's keep it rolling here. Next game of the day, maybe. There's 2 games of the day here. Dodgers, Astros. I feel like I just need to clear out for LJ on this one. This is a great series. The Astros have come alive. LJ, I don't know if you bet them as well, but everyone I know is took the Astros to win the division, plus 200, plus 300. And I just feel like the asshole. I feel like Squidward. Everyone's, running around with their money and their bets like, oh, yeah, we've got it, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just sitting on the outside like, I didn't bet them. I fucking feel like an asshole just not betting them here. So I'll clear out here, LJ. What do you think? There's a big series. I'm sure you've been tuned into this one. Dodgers, Astros.
Yes, we have. Actually, as soon as I get done with this, me and wifey are going to head down there and check out.
Yes.
For sure. I'm definitely I lean Astros. Dodgers are on sweep alert. They've lost 2 of the games so far. But I'm not going to take the win because, like I just mentioned, I'm real hesitant on teams sweeping. Astros already won 2. They should have lost last night, in my opinion. They walked it off with the Bregman home run. So coming off of that, I believe they're going to come back down today. Now, this pitcher for the Dodgers that they're throwing out there, I have no idea who this is. So I'm expecting a lot of runs because Aaron Getty, he's also hit and miss. He could give up a lot of runs as well. He also can throw a 2-earned run, shutout game. Who knows? But other than that, I am going to take the team total for the Astros over 4.5, minus 105. Because they've hit their team total 5 out of the last 7 games. The Dodgers have allowed 5+ runs to their opponent 11 out of the last 14 games versus teams above 500. So I believe the Astros continue to get their bats today. They are 15-4 in their last 19 at home. So if you want to take a money line with the Astros, I'm not mad, but I'm going to stay off. I've already won the first game. I didn't bet yesterday, but I'm going to bet the team total because they have been smacking the ball. So Astros team total over 4.5, minus 105 is the play.
All right. Beautiful. I like that play. Let's talk about this game a little further, and let's talk about River Ryan. And before we do, again, shout out to Cameron. Another $19.99 dono, and he says, haircut money for Jose, compliments of the Pip. Cameron, if you donate $30 more, I will get my haircut between today and tomorrow, Cameron. That's what I'll do for you. I will chop off my hair. I was expecting to let it grow out a little bit and see what happens, but I will cut my hair, Cameron, for you if you donate another $30. Because guess what, Cameron? Haircuts are expensive for adult men. That's what I've realized. You can't just go to the barber college and pay $7 for a haircut for your whole life. That's what I've figured out. It's very sad.
Unless you go to a barber college, the guys that's in school, you do that.
Yeah. Sometimes it's LJ, it's like you're playing roulette when you go there. Let me tell you.
You're right.
I went there all through high school and some through college. And every time I got a new person, I just spin the wheel and I'm like, oh, okay. I ask for the same thing every time too. Just give me, mid fade, trim the top.
Yeah.
And I'll get a different haircut every time. Fucking different haircut every fucking time. It's incredible. Sometimes it'll be good. Sometimes it'll be great. It's a roll of the dice here, but it looks like I'm getting a haircut here soon as well. So shout out to you, Cameron, for another $20 there. And shout out to Nate Dogg for $20 here as well. So it looks like I'm getting a haircut, I guess, in the next 2 days. So that's very funny. But thank you guys as always for supporting the pub here. I mean, at this point, you guys might, if you guys keep donating, I might have to let you guys pick how I get my haircut. Once upon a time, I dyed my hair blue for the channel. Who knows? But shout out to you guys. We appreciate you guys. Cameron, Nate Dogg, that's great. River Ryan here. Who the hell is he? 11th round pick, 2021 draft. Drafted by the Padres. Ends up on the Dodgers here. He already has a start in the majors. 5 1/3, 4 hits, 1 run not earned against the Giants. I was on the 22nd. So great debut there. Man. But the Astros are a different beast. Right now. And let's talk about how they're hitting. First of all, I'm interested to see just how they're hitting against Mr. Not even specifically River Ryan, I guess, but just righties in general this month, because as we know, Astros have been red hot. Astros against righties this month, not even that much. 102 weighted runs created plus, 16th best in the league. Now, if we do it from the All-Star break returning, so that'd be from the 19th until today here, the Astros would be 14th, 114 weighted runs created plus against righties, though. So be aware of that. Oh, and by the way, obviously I'm a conspiracy theorist when it comes to baseballs here. There were some mega bombs hit yesterday. Like O'Neal Cruz and Shohei Ohtani both murdered baseballs, 470-foot bombs. So be careful that Rob Manfred's not trying to sneak in those fucking juice baseballs again. Just be aware of that shit as well. Arrighetti, quality. Well, he went from shit to figuring it out in the majors, and I'm glad the Astros let their pitchers kind of, have a long leash and let them figure that shit out. At Oakland, last time out, 6 innings, 4 earned runs. Texas, 6 innings, 1 earned run. Minnesota, 5 innings, 2 earned runs. And he had a bad start against Toronto. 4 innings, 7 runs, 6 of them earned. I trust Arrighetti more than I don't here, but this is just obviously a tough series to try to prognosticate here. 30% of the bets, but 84% of the money on the Los Angeles Dodgers here. It feels like people just are like, I wouldn't say people, like say bigger, sharp bets on the Dodgers here. And it feels like, Dodgers at plus money. How can we refuse? This line has gone down a little bit, minus 126 opener. And actually, according to my website, I'm going to refresh it again here, about 4 or 5 minutes ago, this went from minus 121 to minus 135. Houston Astros here. Very interesting. I'm not going to move on this game. It seems like the Astros are the play. Totals wise, real quick, 82% of the money and 85% of the bets on the over. And we've got this line going down towards the under. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw 8.5s on this game very soon. 9 minus 110 each way turned into 8, 9 minus 122. And indeed, Bet Online a few minutes ago did move this to 8.5 here. So interesting. I'm not going to move on it. LJ, did you have an official play on this one?
Yeah, team total over 4.5 for the Astros. Minus 105.
All right. Beautiful there. Thank you very much. Let's check out in the chat. And if anyone is going, my dude, I did just watch that movie yesterday. It was a quality movie. I watched a movie yesterday, LJ, at like in the middle of the day, 3:00, and I came out and I had my phone on do not disturb, whatever, and I came out and I just like forgot that baseball like trade deadline was happening. So I came out with like 7 trades. I was like, oh my God, what's happening? The Red Sox just traded for a catcher. I was like, what the hell? It was the most confusing thing ever. But yeah.
So you said that movie was good?
Yeah, it was a funny movie. Yeah, okay. It wasn't like too bad, but it was a good movie. Yeah, didn't hate it at all. Kelly saying that my hair reminds him of a 70s coochie. So that's good. That's good, Kelly. I mean, the carpets do match the drapes, Kelly. Come on, you know that. But let's keep it moving here. That is a very vivid image I just got in my head thanks to you, Kelly. Ron Crawford, spreadsheet dog play of the day. The Chicago Cubs, plus 156. Healthy dog for Ronnie Crawford. Shout out to you, Ron. That's a healthy dog right there. Appreciate you there. All right, let's go to Marlins Brewers here. This was probably the easiest stay-off game for me with Kyle Tyler on the bump. I never know what to expect from a guy named Kyle Tyler. I don't know if he's here to deliver my mail, cut my lawn, deliver packages for UPS, or throw major league things for the Miami Marlins. I just don't know what to expect from that guy. He's pitched fine since coming up. This will be his 5th start. 5 innings, 4 innings, basically at most. He gave up 4 2/3 innings of 3 earned run ball against the Orioles last time out, which is not bad at all. Against the Red Sox, 5 1/3, 2 earned runs. But I mean, you can't really trust this guy, honestly. And shout out to the Brewers here who are gearing up for the stretch run. They just got the Airbender back. Devin Williams is back in their bullpen now. He just got activated off the IL today. So that's going to be a big boost for them. Myers has been pitching pretty well since he's been up. 5 1/3, 6 hits, 3 runs, 2 of them earned against Chicago. 8 shutout innings against Pittsburgh. 6 innings, 8 hits, 4 runs at Coors. So I lean Brewers here. Obviously, I just don't want to move on this game. It's too juiced for me. 85% of the bets, 87% of the money on the Brewers. So it's super public as well. And interestingly enough, this line opened up at minus 205 and has gone down to minus 192. So That does put me semi-interested in the Marlins, but not enough for me to get on them here. Total in this game, where are you, you son of a bitch? 68% of the bets, 62% of the money on the over. And this went from an 8.5 juice to the under to now an 8. What do you think here, LJ?
Yeah, I'm with you, man. It's too juice. I lean Brewers. They haven't been swept at home all year, and they are on sweep alert. So I would trust that they will pull this game out. They're also 12-3 in the third game of a home series. So I was leaning the run line -1.5, but I don't want to do it. I've already won on the Brewers yesterday. I put my trend out. Every time they lose a first five, they come back and win that first five the next game. 22-6 so far this year on the season. My most profitable trend so far. So the fact that they won the first five yesterday, I'm just going to stay off the game today. They should win, but it's too juice. They'll public play today, like you mentioned. I may hook it up to a parlay, another team to parlay, another juice home favorite, but I stayed off. I didn't want to pay the juice, but I heavily lean Brewers, of course, avoiding the sweep.
Fair enough. Kelly just said to put a thong on my head, and that would be what they all looked like in the 70s. I admittedly, Kelly, as soon as you said that, I looked over and I was like, am I going to go run and grab one of Helga's underwear right now and put it on my head for this joke? And then I thought the screenshots would live forever. I can't do that, Kelly. So I definitely did just think about doing it, Kelly, but I will not be doing that as well. And Helga pops up as I say that. It's nice to see you. Good morning, Helga. And yes, by the way, yeah, Jazz Chisholm is on the Yankees now. That was one of the more surprising. I think that was the surprising trade when I walked out of Deadpool and Wolverine. I was like, oh shit. It looks like the Yankees are about to ruin another cool players. So sucks for him. Sucks for him. Mariners, White Sox in what is probably, hopefully for White Sox fans, maybe Garrett Crochet's final start of the season for the White Sox. I mean, let's find out here and see what happens. But him being a favorite is kind of surprising. And the Mariners, they're going out there and they're being aggressive. And I really think that those kind of moves, bolster a team's morale. Like, this team obviously just blew a 10-game lead to the Astros in barely half a season. They've probably been feeling down on themselves. And instead of the sitting back and doing nothing, the general manager, Jerry Dipoto, is going out there and adding. And I think that helps the locker room vibes and everything. But it still doesn't make me feel better about their offense. It doesn't make Randy Arozarena is good, but they need more. And Garrett Crochet has gone out there almost every start and just done his thing this year, and it's been fun to watch at the least. But I will say this, and I'll keep saying this: he is a fade in the second half of the season. I do not think he's going to finish this year strong. He's already over his career innings pitched. His first year of being a starter. I think he's just going to wear it down eventually. So for me, wherever he goes, I will be fading him. And if he stays on the White Sox, I will be pretty sad because it'll be difficult to fade him. So I'm not going to move on him on the Brewers today. But going forward, it's going to be a fade of Crochet. I'll tell you that. Market in this game, wow. 58% of the bets, 93% of the money on the the Seattle Mariners. Apparently, I've got the Brewers on the mind. -126 now is what this is. Wow, this climbed up to Seattle. As you guys see on the screen, -106 opener for the White Sox. No longer. Wow, almost -130 for Seattle. God damn. I guess I should have moved on this earlier if I was going to. Totals wise in this game, 98% of the bets and 97% of the money on the over. And this went from a 7.5 super juice to the under -130 to now a 7. Very interesting. I probably lean over, honestly, but I don't think I'm going to move on this game here. If anything, it's going to be Seattle Mariners, and I'm staring at it right now. LJ. What do you think, and what does everyone else in the chat have to say about this game?
Yeah, I stayed off. I've lost the last 2 unders in this game, so I don't feel like giving the bookies any more money in this series. But the play is always the White Sox team total under 3.5. They had it at 2.5 yesterday. They hit the 3. Today they're back at the under 3.5 minus 140. And I believe that's the play. I mean, the White Sox have had 3 runs or less, 68 out of their last 103 games. They cannot score runs. Now, they got Crochet on the mound, you say. He should get his strikeout prop because Seattle's the worst in the league at whip percentage. So if that, he should get that. But as far as the win, I'm scared. White Sox favorite? I mean, nah, I'm not interested. But the team total definitely should go under 3.5. I don't see them scoring 4 runs. But hey, today could be the day they score 4 just because they pushed it back up. So other than that, I stayed off. I lean under, but I'm not taking it because I've lost the last 2. So there you go.
Understandable. I've been on those unders as well. Here, I bet the under yesterday, and it got smoked to the over. And I kind of feel like, and I agree. I feel like this should be the underplay. Again, the Mariners are one of the better under teams in baseball. And when I've been kind of noticing, or I noticed this recently, I guess I should say, is that when one of those under teams goes over, it feels like you just bet the under the next day because this is what they do. They're the best under teams for a reason.
Yeah.
So I lean under here, but I think I will move on Seattle money line here as well. Minus 126 now for it. Super juiced. We'll take it. But it's moved in that direction for that reason. Bigger, sharper action on the Seattle here. And one last loss for Garrett Crochet before he goes, hopefully. So, like I said, Garrett Crochet, a fade in the second half of the season. Nationals, Cardinals here. DJ Hertz versus Miles Michaelis. You guys know that I love the Nationals lefties here, but it's starting to feel like they are also starting to hit a wall a bit as well. Now, DJ has not pitched much, but it's not like he's inspired confidence. 5 innings, 2 earned runs last time out against the Padres. That was a real boost for him because he got sent down for a little bit, or put on ice for a little bit, just to, I guess, like I said, save some of these arms. But his last start was on the 7th of this month, 5 earned runs against these very St. Louis Cardinals. So it's a little scary when you're going up against the team that rocked you a few starts ago earlier this month. I'm sure he was thinking about it for a long time, and I'm a very big believer in the zigzag theory here. So I do kind of expect him to pitch well. Miles Michaelis, another guy that I've liked this year. He can locate all his pitches. The only issue is that his pitches don't move all that much, or that, or they aren't that deceptive. And the Nationals offense has not been, very, I guess, like confidence bringing for anyone that's been backing them. So under was a look that I was looking at right now. Under 9, or I should say it opened up at a 9, minus 120 to the under. It is now 8.5 juice to the over. So some slight movements with 85% of the bets and 86% of the money on the over. Like I said, I am interested in the under. Minus 150 opener down to minus 144. So slight movement towards the Nationals with 78% of the bets and 85% of the money on the Cardinals here. So it does kind of feel like Nationals are past. I think Hurts can bounce back. Again, I believe in the zigzag theory with these guys. I'm looking at the under, though, and I'll see if I move on it. What do you think, LJ?
Yeah, no play in this game as well. Cardinals are on sweep alert, but the Nationals are only 5-12 in the third game of a road series. They won the first 2. So Cardinals could easily win the game, avoid the sweep, but I have no interest in it. I don't track any of these teams for the most part. Nationals are good on the run line on the road. I think they've hit their team total since they got smacked by the Padres, I believe, in that no-hitter versus, was that Dylan Cease? I think they hit their team total every single game after that. I believe so. But other than that, I stayed off. No interest in any of these 2 teams.
Okay, I think I'm going to stay off as well. Both teams, or let's say, I guess, specifically the Cardinals against lefties, since the All-Star break have been doing well. It's very small sample size, but it's good nonetheless here. So no action for me. I lean under in this game. Colorado Giants. Another guy that I think should be faded in the second half of the season, Jordan Hicks, very similar to Crochet. He's going to hit, I believe he already has hit his career high in innings pitched. And I think he's just going to wear down. And he's been wanting to be a starter for a little bit, so it might be a little different for him than it is Crochet. But he has thrown 98 and 2/3 innings pitched so far this year. And his previous career high was his rookie season of 77 and 2/3. So I think he's just going to start wearing down 120, 130s. I think he'll start slowing down. So I did look at the Rockies here. And Austin Gomber, we all know what Gomber was last year. He was the king of the first 5 innings. Him and Paul Blackburn are two guys back-to-back seasons that they've been really good first 5, but this year it's been kind of tough to back. Both of his last starts have been 4 earned runs for Gomber. Five innings, 4 earned runs against the Red Sox, 5 innings, 4 earned runs against Cincinnati. But I still think he has a good start in him. I really do. Home road splits, by the way, for Austin Gomber. It's funny enough. You'd think he has a better ERA on the road since his home is Coors, but he has a 3.83 home ERA compared to a 5.61 on the road. So it was a very tough cap for me as well, wanting to fade both of these pitchers. 90% of the bets and only 40% of the money on the Giants. So it's very public and sharp action on the Giants. Minus 200 opener for this game for the Giants, now down to minus 178. So this is a giant spot for me. It really is. And 98% of the bets and money on the over, and a rare over where I kind of agree. I wouldn't be surprised at all if this went over, but I am going to take the Colorado Rockies here. Obviously, the real question is first 5 full game. But I am going to take a full game, I believe, because I've been ruined first 5 this year, LJ. The first 5 totals have murdered me dead. It's been interesting. And by the way, it does not help. Hicks, obviously, his innings limit or whatever, his career high in innings is up there. He's already there. And yesterday, these Giants went through their bullpen. Basically, everyone threw yesterday. And Hicks is only going to give you at most 5 or 6 innings. He's gone 7 innings one time this year, and that was his second start. So he'll go 5 innings, 6 innings, maybe. And Rogers threw 11, Duvall threw 12, and he's on back-to-back days throwing. Tyler Rogers has thrown 3 of the last 4 days. I would be a little surprised if both of those guys went. Helly threw 8 yesterday. Luke Jackson's the only guy that didn't throw yesterday. So Helly and Luke Jackson probably available. The rest of the guys, Ryan Walker, back-to-back days throwing. He only threw 2 pitches on Friday, so maybe you can leave that one, it's fine. But 18 yesterday. Tyler Rogers threw 15 yesterday. Eric Miller threw 15 yesterday. And Spencer Blevins threw 9. So, sure, are these guys going to be available? Yeah, I guess. But, there's second days of throwing. I always want to stay off of relievers like that. So, give me the Giants full game. Or, excuse me, give me the Rockies full game. What do you think here, LJ?
Hold on. I got a cough.
No, get it out. Yeah. We're good here.
Sorry. Yeah, I'm actually leaning towards you with the Rockies, man. The Giants own the Rockies. I think Ramon just put it in there. They've lost 11 straight on the road, Rockies versus the Giants. So they own them. But the Giants have already won 3 games in this series. This is the 4th game. So Rockies have already lost the series. And to note, they have lost 22 out of their last 23 road series going back to August of last year. So they've already lost it. They could possibly win this game. I'm strongly considering it, taking the Rockies. I looked at their team total over 3.5 plus 110 is also, tasty to me because Hicks is a bum. You just mentioned he gives up a lot of runs. He don't stay in the game very long. And there are going to be some tired arms on the Giants side in the bullpen. You say some guys pitched yesterday that's probably going to pitch today. So I don't think they're going to be motivated to win this game. They've already smacked up the Rockies 3 games already. They played a doubleheader yesterday, smacked them. So Rockies could easily come in and get this 4th game. So who cares? I didn't bet it. I'm leaning towards it. Now you didn't mention it, but Didn't make an official play, but I definitely lean the Rockies to win the game.
It will be official for me plus 163 there. Full game money line. And Justin, I saw you were on the Giants. So if you want to go get one of your steak backs.
How
You
many
come get
are
it
out
here.
there? Like, how many people owe you steaks?
I have a decent list right now. The people I owe, Troy, I paid Troy's wife a hot dog bet already as well. Troy, good old Damon Santori, JPZ, Durrell, Bebsy, and I owe Durrell a shirt, not even a steak. Kelsey, Wham, and Nuke Worker, I owe steaks. People that owe me, Alexis, or sorry, Helga, I owe a steak as well. The people that owe me steaks, Jimmy, Dutch, Cab owes me 2, LJ, Mike, Clark Edge. They all owe me steaks here as well. So that's my general list. I started keeping that like 2 weeks ago after I was like, you know what? Maybe I should figure out who owes me steaks and stuff. So, but yes, it is a fun time. Justin and I had a 2 straight steak swing. I owed him 2, and then I took 2 off of him. So the most bet stakes, or the person I bet the most stakes with, seems to be Justin right now. But that's fun.
Well, I'll be in San Antonio soon to pay off my steak.
Oh, beautiful. Oh, beautiful. I will hopefully see you here then. Oakland, Los Angeles Angels. Osvaldo Bido, Jose Soriano. This is prime Oakland A's. They trade one of their good players, and the dugout gets really sad about it, and they start folding the season. It's going to be interesting to see how it all unfolds. Jose Soriano has been a good pitcher that we've liked throughout the year. Throws hard, et cetera. But Bido, I mean, just watch out. Watch out when fading Bido, because his last start against the Astros, 5 innings, 4 hits, 1 earned run for the Oakland A's. Very impressive. He's had 2 starts. That was one. His first one of the season went poorly. But, man, just watch out when fading Osvaldo Bido, because he can pull a good start out of his ass every once in a while, and it would really piss you off here. So, as much as I considered betting the Angels here today, I stayed off against Soriano. Has been solid back-to-back against Seattle. Dominated them both times. 7 2/3, 1 earned run. 6 innings, 1 earned run. Has faced Oakland already once this year at Oakland. 4 innings, 3 hits, 4 earned runs on 2 home runs there. So be aware, this was a game that I considered betting an under in. 71% of the bets, 72% of the money on the over in this game. It is a 9 minus 115 to the under is what it opened at, and now it is juiced to the over minus 120. So I'm going to end up staying off. It's got slightly juiced to the Angels here as well. Opened up at minus 130, and 79% of the bets and money are on the Angels for them. Slight movement towards them, but not enough to get me interested in either side here. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm with you. If the Angels were a better team, I would definitely be on them because they are on sweep alert. And Oakland is 1-18 as a dog in the last game of a series. But it's the Angels. So I'm not interested in taking them because Oakland could sweep them. You know, the Angels aren't good. And Oakland is hot right now. You just mentioned be afraid of, fading this pitcher that they have on the mound right now. I seen him last week. It's pretty good. So, yeah, I'm right there with you, man. I definitely would want to take the Angels, but I'm not going to do it just because of the history that they have versus this team. And Oakland could very well sweep this team, man. So I stayed off as well.
All right. We both stay off. And Justin, I don't want your fucking plus 1.5, Justin. I want the money line, Justin. That's what I want. Give me Rockies money line. You could take the Giants, and we'll stake bet you like that. You son of a bitch. Tyler Fitzgerald, by the way, over 1.5 bases is the stacks play of the day. Shout out to you, my guy, Justin. Stacks. All right. Shout out to you, Stacks, there. I don't know what to expect from this game, honestly. So I'm going to end up staying off here as well. Let's move on. 2 more games left. Gilbert Diaz. Nobody probably knows who this guy is, but through, I don't know, like 4 starts for my guy, he's won me over. He's had some very interesting lines in his way. You know, like I feel like, and let me see, he's pitched 3 times now. 2 of those 3 times, he's had some very fishy lines. And it's been like, why are you getting this much respect? And he pitches well. Now, his last time out, he did not. And he went 3 innings, 9 hits, 7 earned runs against the Kansas City Royals. That's, kind of makes sense. I'm going to back my guy Yilber again here. This line, maybe the Pirates are just bad, but this line is weird. Minus 116 for a Diamondbacks team that is good, but Mitch Keller, our guy, Mitch Helen Keller, has, respect on his side. He's a good pitcher that has been very good for a while, and Gilbert Diaz is going to be favored against him. I was surprised to see it, but let's talk about the market here, and let's talk about Gilbert and Mitch Keller here. So market first, pretty split ticket-wise here. 57% of the bets and 50% of the money on the Diamondbacks here. This opened up at minus 112 for Pittsburgh and has completely flipped to minus 116 Arizona. I mean, honestly, the minus 112 is kind of what I expected it to be at for Pittsburgh. And then that flip, it feels like it's just a big indicator for me. With 50% of the money and bets on each side in its flips, that's pretty crazy. 82% of the bets and 83% of the money on the Pirates here, on the over. And it's moved 2 cents down, if that. So not really movement on the total here. All the money and bets are on the over. Interesting, but yeah, Diamondbacks. Give me them full game money line here. LJ, I'll tell you the price right now, but what do you think?
Yeah, I agree with you. I didn't bet it, but I would definitely take the Arizona right now. They have good numbers versus Mitch Keller, man. And the fact that Arizona's smacking the ball right now, I believe they're in a good situation. And like you said, this pitcher's won you over, Diaz. I didn't see him. I didn't cap him. But I trust you. You watched him. He's won you over. He got some good numbers. So, yeah, I definitely lean Arizona with the money line. But I'm going to take a prop in this game. And Jeffrey Blue, he hit it in the chat earlier. Kettle Martell. Over 1.5 bases. I mean, he's had 4 home runs in his last 5 games, 2+ bases in all of those games, 5 straight. So he has good numbers off of Keller. He has a home run, 2 RBIs, batting .400 off of him. So I believe he possibly gets another home run today. The home run is at plus 600, so great value. But I just stick to the over 1.5 bases. I believe he gets it. He's been smacking it, so continue to streak today. So that's my only play in this game. Keller Martell over 1.5 bases.
All right, and I'm going to take Arizona Diamondbacks money line minus 115 there. Beautiful. All right, let's get to our last game, the main event of the evening. Red Sox Yankees, a extremely annoying loss yesterday by the Red Sox. Full game. God bless them for cashing my first 5 ticket, though. That was one of my smarter capping moments of the season. If I'll pat myself on the back, I took them first 5. Thank God. And of course, the Yankees come back and win full game and extras. Huge game here. Rodon, I'm sure Yankees fans and really any bettors know that Carlos Rodon does not inspire confidence when backing him here. But I'll say this. I think that Carlos Rodon is just a classic case of he starts off good and then just gets tired, worn down, and starts sucking. Now, it's very helpful for Rodon this All-Star break. His first start back off of it, 7 innings, 2 hits, 1 earned run, 10 Ks, 2 walks against Tampa Bay here. But I think he struggles here today, and I think the Red Sox win this game. No one will be surprised to hear that from me. The Sunday Sox, they finally lost their second game on a Sunday this year last week against the Dodgers. Dodgers are a very good squad. Who would have thought? But give me the Red Sox here. They take the series. Yankees, I don't believe in them. Even if they have Jazz Chisholm in the lineup, I don't care. Because, the players, I'm sure people saw this, the players anonymously vote for some awards and stuff, and they said the most overrated player in the league is Jazz Chisholm. And guess what? I kind of believe that. And now he's going to a Yankees team where they don't let anyone have fun. They don't let anyone express their personality. And that's kind of what he does. He's just going to be a pouty little baby over there now. I can't wait. So, Red Sox, going to be on my card. Let's go to the markets here. 43% of the bets and 75% of the money on the New York Yankees here. Sharp money on the Yankees. And this is concerning. I guess I might not bet the Red Sox here today. God damn. Minus 118 opener for the Boston Red Sox. Down to minus 109. Immediately almost down to minus 104. Flipping the line. And now up to minus 108 New York Yankees here. Was opened up at a plus 108 for the Yankees here. That is concerning to say the least. Totals market in this game, 76% of the bets and 69% of the money on the over in this game. Opened up at a it opened up at a 9.5 minus 115 and now is a 9 in this game. I mean, if I'm going to make a bet on this game, the Red Sox money line is a little scarier, but I think the bet that I will make on this game officially will be an under. Both teams played 2 overs, very much soaring over as well. The first 2 games here, I'm going to hope that, and by God, both bullpens as well. Both bullpens have been tatters in the last 2 days. So I'll go over that real quick as well, which might get me off the full game under. But let's list them off. So Kenley, back-to-back days, 18 and 19 pitches. I don't think he goes. Winkowski, 9 pitches Friday, 18 yesterday. I don't know if he goes. Bernardino, 9 pitches and 17 yesterday. I don't know if he goes. Bailey Horn, 14 and 12 back-to-back. I don't know if he goes. Cam Boozer, 8 and 15. Zach Kelly, 6 and 7. Chase Anderson threw 22 yesterday. This Red Sox bullpen, very, very taxed. The only guy that has not thrown is Greg Weissert. So obviously they're going to need a lot of innings from Tanner Houck this game. As for Los Yankees here, they're kind of in the same boat. Clay Holmes back-to-back. Tommy Canley back-to-back. Luke Weaver threw 32 pitches on Friday. Probably not going to go again. Michael Tompkins threw 28. Tim Hill went back-to-back. Jake Cousins threw 17. Caleb Ferguson threw 12. So I just think these are 2 tired bullpens. So betting the under is a little scary, honestly. So let's do this. This will be my official bet on this game. This is a bet that I've made a couple times before when looking at the bullpens for these teams, because like I said, the bullpens are exhausted, and that means one thing. It means one thing specifically for the Red Sox, at least. Tanner Houck has to throw a lot of innings here. He has to throw a lot, which leads me to go look for his pitching prop here. Over outs for Tanner Houck. Over 17.5 outs, minus 135 at our friends at Bovada here will be official for me, and I will be betting the under 9, minus 115 as well, LJ. What about you? What do you think about this game?
Yeah, I would definitely lean under as well, just because it went into extra innings last night. And Boston has been shooting to the over, you just mentioned. They're 7-3 to the over in their last 10, 15, 7-4 to the over versus the division. And are the Yankees the favorite today? Who's the favorite in this game?
The Yankees are now the favorite in this game. Yeah, the Red Sox opened up as the favorites and it flipped.
Okay, so the Yankees are 27-11-2 to the over as a road favorite. So all of these numbers are pointing to the over. I'm going to be contrary today, and I will lean to the under. I haven't betted. This is the Sunday night game, so it just depends on how my action is looking throughout the day. I may jump on this under 9 later today on Sunday night. So that is my lean, but no official play so far.
Yankees best bet for BJ. Yankees full game money line. It's concerning. BJ making those big bets, and I know he fucking cashes more than he doesn't. So I'm glad I'm not taking the Red Sox, I guess, full money line. And by the way, Lee Davis giving us some breaking news there. It seems Eric Miller starting in place
Mm.
of Jordan Hicks. So are we going just bullpen day, or are they just opening up for Jordan Hicks? Because, yep, he is gone, and the line is minus 175 there. Full game. So that is interesting. So that's Justin, that takes out a stake bet, I think, right? Pitching change. I mean, I'm still fine doing it. I guess I need to find out who the primary, or if they're doing a primary in that game now as well. So that is interesting. Thank you for letting us know, Lee Davis. Let me know. I saw RotoWire did say, or is saying, that Hicks is the primary. So that's going to be very interesting nonetheless. All right. And BJ, I hope you're wrong about Tanner Houck regression. I hope you are wrong. I hope you are wrong. All right, let's recap our action here, and I will shout out real quick Dutch Boy Fresh and the Fresh 24 going on right now. A new show, or new video every day talking about another ACC team, and once he's done with the ACC, he's going to move on to the Big Ten, I believe. So we're going to do videos every day here today. He is actually, this is old. He's actually talking about, he talked about Georgia Tech yesterday. He's talking about the old North Carolina Tar Heels today. So go tune in episode 8 of the freshest look, the Fresh 24, North Carolina, North Kakalaki, talking about them today. A good squad there. So shout out to Dutch. But let's go to our recap here. My action, and I will have to come back to that Colorado game. But Cleveland money line plus 108, Texas Rangers money line minus 119, New York Mets money line minus 115, and the under in that game, under 8, minus 115. I have the Minnesota Detroit game in a question mark while LJ is going over his. I'm going to go over that and see if I'm going to bet that. Seattle full game money line minus 126, Arizona money line minus 115, and the under 9 minus 115, Red Sox Yankees, and Tanner Houck over 17.5 pitching outs minus 135 there. The bets that I'm trying to figure out, I have to figure out if I'm going to bet Colorado full game money line, because my bet's going to get voided with the pitching change, and I'm going to figure out Minnesota Detroit under right now. LJ, what do you have today?
All right, official plays. I have Padres plus the half, minus 110 in the first 5 innings. I also have Minnesota on the run line, plus 105. I have the Astros team total over 4.5, minus 105. I'm with you with the Rangers, minus 115 on the money line. I am on Bobby Witt Jr. over 1.5 bases in the Royals game. And I am on Ketel Marte over 1.5 bases in the Arizona game. And I believe those are all my official plays for today.
All right. Beautiful work, LJ. I'm going to move on the under. And maybe it bounces, but bites me in the ass. Maybe I feel like a fucking idiot. But I'll move on. Under 7.5, minus 110 in Detroit, Minnesota. All right. And I will most likely be moving on Colorado still, plus 163. I just have to figure out if Jordan Hicks is going to be the primary there. And I would just look up on Twitter and check out some beat writers and see what they're saying. And I can always obviously look at the chat here as well. And Justin still likes the Giants here as well. So shout out to him. And by the way, don't let MMA Locker Room get hot, because he won the UFC contest last night. So shout out to him. A good UFC show last night. And shout out to Patty the Baddie. LJ, thank you for coming on to this program. I appreciate you, as always, for joining me here. I can't wait. You have a lovely afternoon set up with the Astros-Dodgers game, so I'm a little jealous. What else do you have going on?
That's pretty much it. Go down there, enjoy a nice meal, watch the game, come back, and get ready for the work week coming up this week, my friend. So, appreciate you for having me on as well. Anytime you need me to fill in on a Sunday morning, I will definitely do that for you. Shout out to the chat, man. Raymond Scott, Ramon J. Peasy, Stevie G, Justin McAfee, everybody in the chat, man. Best chat in the game. Let's get these winners today, man. And like I said, thank you for letting me come on, share my knowledge and my little spots that I have for today. And let's get this money, Jose. So,
yes, let us get this money indeed, because I need it. I need this money indeed. Had a bit of a losing day yesterday, not down 2 units on the year, but I mean, once upon a time, we were up 24, we were down 24. Now we're back down to basically even. So we're going to keep grinding. And with the help of you guys in the chat, guest on screen, I believe in all of us being able to do it here. Justin, go ahead and lock us in for that stake bet for the Giants and Rockies here. I'll probably end up moving on them, like I said. So lock us in. Three Eyes, Steve G, Joey Harb, Old E, Morgan Spooner, Craig Wood, Justin, Joey, MMA Locker Room, BJ, Young Native Tino, all you guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you haven't tuned in to the MMA podcast that happens every week with Mills, Big Show, Billy, Just My 2 Cents in the crew, do that as well. And just support the pub in any way you can. We've got the Fresh 24 out right now with North Carolina and a full channel of action you guys can go watch today. It's going to be a lot of fun. Medicate Monday tomorrow morning. Till then, say hey, and we'll see you guys next time.